Good afternoon, friends. So I wanted to come to you with my little Black Friday shopping episode. So I know you probably don't have a lot of time. You're running out there to do something. Hey, maybe you're watching this on the go while you're taking a little snack break. So here's my handy tips for you. Don't forget to get up in the morning and say a prayer. One for sanity and peace. And may the Lord bless you so that you can bless your family, friends, and even strangers with your generosity that will be facilitated by finding some really awesome deals. So if you're hitting the stores, tips I have there is to dress in something layer-ish. So you might just want a simple t-shirt and a jacket. The jacket will keep you warm. You're just going to try. I know you're probably parking miles away from the store. But imagine you're going to run, so you're going to have some energy. You're probably going to get hot at some point in the stores and want to tie that around your waist. So that's why I say having a jacket rather than a coat. A coat can get bulky and you're trying to carry it around and you might set it down and walk away. So either take somebody who's willing to carry your coat or have a jacket that you can tie on, because you might also want to try on clothes. So even if you're not buying for yourself, you've probably noticed by this age that mannequins are not realistically wearing clothes. They tend to pin their shirts in the back to make them look most attractive. So if you want to see how something looks on a real person, grab it in your size, go try it on, and just see how it looks on you to get a basic idea of how that's going to look on an actual human being and not a mannequin who is trying to trick you into buying something that looks like a potato sack. Another tip is it's a great idea. You probably don't need a cooler, right? Because it's plenty cold out for most of us. But a little area in your car, van, whatever you're taking, where you have some bottles of water, iced tea, soda, whatever it is that you need to get refreshed, because you may not be able to grab one quick when you're out shopping and you don't really want to stand in lines. So if you have some healthy snack choices and beverages in your vehicle, that's something you're going to be able to go back and get, even if you're not like snacking in between, and you're just doing your shopping and then running out to the car because you're done. You got the 5 things you were going to get, but you might be a little hungry, and let's not try and deal with all that too. So maybe have some healthy snacks and drinks in your car, vehicle, whatever, waiting for you so that you're not running on an empty stomach or getting lightheaded or any of that nonsense. Some other things to do also if you're shopping, whether you're shopping online, going to stores, or even you're staying home and making things, don't forget your Happy Planner. Probably haven't talked about it super much in a while, but remember we had those Christmas pages, so they were in the back. Let's see, the tab marked cards and gifts is what I'm going for. There's my little Santas. Here's my names. Don't look to see if you're on it. I'm continually adding them. So those are names on the outside. On the inside, the secrets, because that's a page that folds. I have some sizes and gift ideas. Then what I really have is what I'm actually buying. I'm going to write down as I do it. So the great thing, don't forget, even if you just have ideas there or what shops, because the categories are for, what, and where. So you can use the where to mean where you're hiding it. But if you want to plan like a Black Friday sale, small Saturday sale, whatever you're doing, Cyber Monday, you can write where the location is that item is at that you want to buy. And remember, let's see if I can get it up there. These pages come right out, so you can tuck them in your pocket on the go. Just remember to take a pen with you as well. And then you can fill that out on the go, and you know that you've got your gifts. So that's that handy tip there with the planner. Don't forget, you can, and if you haven't written it out yet, I haven't fully fleshed mine out. I haven't fleshed out my wish list either, so I know I'm going to get in trouble with the relatives. I've spent all my time meal prepping. I even have breakfast meal prepped for the next 4 days. So for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have my breakfast completely meal prepped and ready to go, because I know I'm going to be crazy once the holiday starts. Things are going to go crazy. So that's why I'm trying to plan. And meal prepping is also going to have you pick out some healthier choices than you might otherwise. Again, same as the car snacks. So you don't want to end up sick or gaining a lot of weight this weekend and then regretting it later. Why do that to yourself? In meal prepping, you're probably like, I do not have time to prep anything else. All I did was I took some steel cut oatmeal. That's an instant variety. Poured it in the bottom of a mason jar. 1 serving to each because I'm not going to eat just that. So 1 serving in each jar. And then I added a big scoop, probably like a cup, half a cup to a cup of plain non-fat yogurt, not vanilla, no sugar added yogurt, Greek yogurt, added that. And then I chopped up some fruit and spinach and put that on top. And each of those jars is actually going to give me 2 servings because I wanted to use the small, I guess the medium, not the jelly size mason jars, not the big ones that you would put like a full thing in. So more like, was it like 8 ounces or something? So more like that size. I think that's the size. I don't know, that size. So I put 2 servings, but you could totally use a jelly jar and just make them individual and have like a million of them in your fridge if you have family over, ready to go. Each person can just grab it and do whatever it is they're doing. Or you can have it pre-mixed in a big bowl in the fridge and just have a scoop in there, and everybody grabs 1 scoop, puts it in their bowl, and off they go. And so you're meal prepped and done, and it's healthy. People aren't sitting there just eating mashed potatoes with gravy for breakfast, whatever. So I have my breakfasts all meal prepped for the next couple days. I wanted to show you a variation on one of the crafts we talked about for Christmas. So this, remember we talked about making everything with rectangles this year? So this is a simple rectangle. You can use any stitch. I use the half double crochet, but the single crochet I showed you works fine. So this, as long as my ratio is 3 to 2. So this is 27 stitches across, and then I did 18 rows. And you're probably wondering what this will be. Well, I won't show you yet. So first I took the long end and I kind of folded it over. See? So I like folded this a little bit over the middle and this one a little over the middle. I thought that was cute. I take this string that I've left nice and long and I zigzagged it around here, in, out, in, out, in, out, and pulled it together like a drawstring, and that tightened that end up. And then I figured out exactly where I wanted this to crisscross, and I kind of sewed that down, but you really don't have to because it's overlapping, right? And this end is fastened, so you don't have to do that. I just did it a little extra. And then I just went to the back. I did the same thing. I kind of overlapped the back a little bit. And then it made this funky point and I wanted to get rid of it. So I just tacked it up and just ran a bunch of stitches through there. Nobody can see it because, again, I'm using the same colored thread that was on that end to sew it up. And so it completely disappears. And if you're wondering what it makes, can you guess? It's this cute little slipper. And if you want to jazz it up at all, remember we talked before about the hats. Just add like a little button. You could even use it like a clip-on earring. Hair bows, little hair bows, not the giant JoJo bows, a smaller hair bow, would probably look really cute right there on the toe for a girl. For a guy, yeah, you could totally get a button or some kind of a patch to sew on quick, a sports theme or something. And guys, when you're making the guy one, and again, you can just sew that heel. You can just sew it straight up the back if you want. You don't have to be fancy and cross it over. And so the same thing with the front. You can do the drawstring end here and then just sew it back however far you think you need for a leg opening, right? And it's just a super, super simple little slipper then. And again, you can put any kind of sports themes. You could even make these rows, do them striped with whatever favorite sports team colors or church colors, whatever you've got going, favorite cat colors. I don't know. Use favorite colors to stripe it out. And then when you do it, it's already kind of decorated and you don't have to worry about adding any buttons or anything. And these ends, you just sew them in, just weave them in there so that people don't see them. A lot of people like to make knots. I like to weave mine in. That's just how I like to do it. And I like to leave them nice and long so they're woven in for like days on end. And you can't see the end. Anyway, so that's like, this takes me, I can do like a pair a day easily. And that's just in free time. It's not like I'm sitting down, I'm only going to do this. And if you're wondering how I know that, I made like 1 million of these rectangles. Okay, it was 20 rectangles in a week to give to my friend Pam. She has a friend who got all this yarn donated to her. And this friend was going to Armenia and wanted to take gifts to the children in an orphanage in Armenia. So I made all the rectangles and Pam put them together into slippers. She also made like 50 hats or something. Pam's amazing. She's so fast and so generous. So she got a lot more done than I did and was willing to make my rectangles into slippers for me to really bless those kids. So I hope they're enjoying that. It was kind of a fun thing to do to get into the feeling of Thanksgiving. I will say I was a little rushed and crazy about it, but I'm glad I did it. So how are you going to surprise people in your life? I don't know. Like, working on these rectangles was really fun because nobody could tell what they are. Even if you've watched this, is my rectangle going to be a slipper? Is it going to be a hat? I'm betting you could easily wrap it around your hand and find a way to make like a mitten out of it, right? You just sew this seam up here, do the drawstring end here, and you've kind of got a mitten. It's not a super fancy mitten, but you would have a very basic mitten, right? Let's see here if we can gather it here. Just this. Couldn't use your fingers. Your thumb's not sticking out. Although, you want to know how to make your thumb stick out? Okay. So you have it and mark where your thumb is. So sew the seam up to the thumb and then sew the seam after the thumb, but leave a little hole there for your thumb to go through, and bam, you've made a mitten. So your kids won't know if you're only making rectangles. They will have no idea. Are they getting slippers, hats, mittens, scarves, a muff? Are they getting a muff? Who remembers muffs? Ooh, a muff would be so much fun. Remember them? They hung on drawstrings and you put your hands in to get, it's flopping around, to get them nice and toasty warm. What little girl wouldn't love that this year? Make a little frilly unicorn colors. You know they'd love it. And you could just do you could buy a nice string, braid some yarn together to make the strap that go around your neck, whatever you need to do. So there's lots of great ideas. Again, you can be super sneaky and make them right in front of people because you're only making rectangles. I bet there's even a way to make a rectangle into like a little teddy bear or something. I bet you could make it into a little monster, just sew a little face on, paint a face on even, right? And we talked about having those Sharpies around for writing on the tablecloth for Thanksgiving, right? You could sign or write something that you're thankful for on the tablecloth, or maybe you had them for working on your turkey feathers for your orf. So if you still have markers or Sharpies around, you can give kids brown paper bags and let them decorate. That can be wrapping paper for tons of little gifts for Christmas time. And so that's a great way to get into the spirit too. Play some Christmas music, eat some leftovers all day, and let the kids decorate the gift wrap. Because you can totally use water markers, right? Water-based markers that would wash off anything. Throw down some newspaper, give the kids a whole bunch of bags, and see if that occupies them and gets their creative juices flowing. So lots of super easy ideas. I hope you're enjoying Black Friday and making it great. Also, don't forget the homeless. If you're out and you see a really fabulous deal, like especially on a blanket or men's clothes, or warm things like hats and mittens and stuff, the shelters really need men's clothes because women tend to clean out their closets and donate their clothes. Kids outgrow their clothes and they get donated. Men tend to not do those things. So men's clothes are desperately needed by the shelters this time of year. Pants for men, it's really easy to go with sweatpants if you're not sure what to do because sweatpants can fit a variety of sizes. But socks, underwear, the sweatpants, nice shirts, as well as some t-shirts, right? Men, if you have old suits, oh my goodness, you could bless people so much just by going through your closet and donating the suits that don't fit you anymore. You could help a young man get a job or somebody re-entering the job market, get a suit for an interview, which could be such a blessing. But if you see something like that on sale, go ahead and donate it. I know the Franciscan Center in downtown Baltimore, which serves people in Baltimore City or County, is trying to have a blanket drive. They want to get 1,000 blankets to give away the week of Christmas. So I've heard that Ollie's Discount Outlet and lots of places are having great blanket sales. So get out there and get your blankets and get them donated. So friends, have a blessed Friday and I'll catch you later. Bye. Love you.